What is happening in football right now is absolutely crazy. The 2026 summer transfer window is entering its final days, but somehow the biggest stories are still getting bigger. Premier League clubs have already spent more than £2 billion this summer. And some of the biggest transfers have completely changed the football landscape. Morgan Rogers joined Chelsea for around £117 million. Elliot Anderson moved to Manchester City for around £116 million. And Sandro Tonali joined Tottenham in a deal that could reach around £100 million. But that was only the beginning. Manchester City then made another huge move by signing 18-year-old Ayyoub Bouaddi from Lille for a deal worth around £86 million. United have also rebuilt their midfield, bringing in Carlos Baleba from Brighton for a deal worth up to £70 million. And now the final days of the window are becoming even more unpredictable. Liverpool are closing in on Bradley Barcola from Paris Saint-Germain in a deal that could reach around £120 million. If completed, it would become one of the biggest transfers in Liverpool's history. And Liverpool are not finished. They have also been looking at Brighton winger Ayyoub as they continue reshaping their attack. But perhaps the biggest story right now is Enzo Fernández. Manchester City are reportedly interested in signing the Chelsea midfielder, with reports suggesting a potential deal could reach around £120 million. Imagine that! Chelsea spend massive money building their squad. Then one of their biggest midfield stars could suddenly become the target of Manchester City. And while City are looking at Enzo, they are also showing interest in Everton forward Iliman Ndiaye. Then there is Arsenal. The Gunners are pushing for Julián Álvarez from Atletico Madrid. Atletico are reportedly demanding more than £120 million, while Álvarez is pushing for a move. And that story could become one of the biggest deals of the entire window. Then we have Rafael Leão. AC Milan have accepted a bid from Galatasaray worth around £38 million, but Aston Villa are also trying to find a way to bring the Portuguese star to England. And Chelsea are making moves too. They have agreed a deal for Emiliano Martinez from Aston Villa and have also completed a major move for teenage defender Honest Arhanor. This is what makes this transfer window so different. It isn't just about one massive transfer. It is about massive transfers creating more transfers. One club sells a player. That club suddenly has money to replace him. Another club signs the replacement. Then another player becomes available. And the cycle continues. The biggest clubs are not waiting for next summer. They are trying to fix their squads right now. And with only days left before the window closes, clubs have very little time to negotiate. That is when football transfers become unpredictable. A deal can look impossible in the morning and be completed by the evening. A player can be linked with one club for weeks, then suddenly appear in another team's shirt. And that is exactly why the final days could be completely insane. Will Manchester City sign Enzo Fernández? Will Arsenal actually get Julián Álvarez? Will Liverpool complete the Barcola deal? Could Rafael Leão finally leave Milan? And what other huge transfer could appear before the deadline? Nobody knows. But one thing is certain. The 2026 transfer window isn't finished yet. And the craziest part, we might not have seen the biggest move yet. Subscribe to Football Frontier for the latest transfer news, football stories, and the biggest moves happening around the world.